The Iraqi dinar is under the spotlight again, but this time it's not about speculation or revaluation rumors. What's happening now is real, tangible, and it's shaking the local currency market in Baghdad and beyond. On Sunday, the dinar weakened noticeably against the US dollar, and the cause traces back to new customs procedures that are affecting traders and cash flow across Iraq. To understand why this is happening, we first need to look at the mechanics of the change. Mahmoud Dagher, former director of the Central Bank of Iraq, explained that traders now have to secure a customs clearance declaration through the ASYCUDA platform before they can access bank transfers. This may sound like bureaucratic paperwork, but in practice it directly impacts how dollars move in the market. Before these rules, many traders could rely on bank channels for their dollar needs. Now, delays or hurdles in obtaining clearance are forcing them to turn to the parallel market, exchanging dinars for cash dollars outside formal banking channels. This shift, even if temporary, naturally pushes exchange rates higher. Dagher himself warned that this will generate brief instability, but it's important to note that this type of turbulence is not unusual. Whenever a regulatory or procedural change occurs, the market reacts, sometimes sharply, before settling into a new equilibrium. Let's put the numbers into perspective. In recent days, the dollar surged sharply, reaching roughly 145,000 dinars per $100 at central exchanges like Al-Kifah and Al-Harithiya in Baghdad. That's about a 2% increase in just a week. 2 weeks ago, the same rate was hovering around 140,000 dinars per $100. That jump may feel sudden to many, but it is largely a reflection of temporary market pressure, not a structural collapse. So, what does this mean for holders of Iraqi dinars? First, it is crucial to understand that these fluctuations are normal in the short term when procedural changes affect liquidity. Traders and businesses adjusting to the new customs system are creating temporary imbalances between supply and demand for cash dollars. Second, for individuals, this is a reminder of the importance of patience and understanding the underlying process. The central bank and regulatory authorities are not letting the currency destabilize permanently. They are implementing systems to ensure proper compliance, transparency, and legal flow of foreign exchange. Now, many viewers may ask, will this affect long-term trends for the dinar? The short answer is no. This is an operational adjustment, not a fundamental economic shock. Iraq's economy, oil revenues, and monetary policies remain the larger forces that will determine the dinar's value over time. That said, it is also a practical moment for holders to pay attention to how procedural and administrative changes can ripple into currency markets. Understanding that the parallel market reacts faster than official rates can help manage expectations and avoid panic decisions. Let's break down exactly what traders are experiencing. Under the new customs rules, every bank transfer tied to imports now requires clearance via ASYCUDA. Delays, sometimes just a few days, mean traders can't quickly access dollars in banks. For businesses that need cash immediately, the parallel market offers a faster, if slightly more expensive, route. This is why we're seeing short-term spikes in exchange rates. It's also worth noting that markets often overreact at first. When procedural adjustments are new, fear and uncertainty amplify small disruptions, leading to sharper swings. Once traders adapt and clearance processes become routine, the market typically stabilizes and exchange rates return closer to equilibrium. Looking at historical patterns, the Iraqi dinar has weathered similar temporary shocks before. Regulatory changes, political announcements, or short-term liquidity shifts have often caused brief surges in the parallel market, but the currency eventually aligned with official channels as systems caught up. For viewers holding dinars, the key takeaway is simple: don't panic during these temporary spikes. Understand the reason behind the movement. This isn't speculation or revaluation news. It is a short-term response to new customs procedures. Financial experts also note that such adjustments may actually strengthen the system in the long run. By ensuring that all transactions go through proper channels and are properly documented, Iraq is improving transparency, reducing illegal currency flows, and protecting both traders and the broader economy. In practical terms, what should ordinary holders do during this period? First, monitor rates without reacting impulsively to every daily change. Second, avoid trying to chase small gains in the parallel market. It's designed for traders, not individuals, and it carries higher risk. Third, keep an eye on official exchange channels, which tend to reflect more stable and reliable pricing once procedural hurdles are managed. Returning to the numbers, the current spike to 145,000 dinars per $100 represents roughly a 2% week-on-week change. For perspective, such swings are significant but not catastrophic. They reflect temporary market pressure rather than a weakening of Iraq's broader monetary stability. Finally, it's important to separate emotional response from factual understanding. When procedural changes create short-term instability, online narratives often exaggerate the effects, spreading fear among holders. Knowing the root cause, the new ASYCUDA customs clearance system helps filter out misinformation and focus on facts. In conclusion, the recent dinar slide is real, measurable, and understandable. New customs rules have temporarily pushed traders toward the parallel market, driving rates higher. The central bank and authorities are ensuring compliance and stability. While rates fluctuate in the short term, the long-term fundamentals of the Iraqi dinar remain intact. For holders, the lesson is clear: observe, understand, and avoid panic. Short-term instability does not equal long-term collapse. By understanding the systems behind currency movements, you gain control over your decisions rather than reacting to fear or speculation. Stay informed, watch official exchange updates, and view this as part of a normal market adjustment in response to procedural reform. The Iraqi dinar will continue to move, but understanding the why behind each shift allows holders to navigate volatility with confidence.